So I completely reorganized my room this past weekend, so my background's gonna be obviously a little bit different. I hope you guys like it. Hey guys, what is up? It's HBO Manga here and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today I have my March reading log. I did a lot of reading this past March and read a lot of really good series, so let's not delay, get right into it. These are all of the manga that I've read in the month of March. So the first volume that I read this month is Spy Family Volume 4. This series is just continually being a great series. I really enjoy it. I love the introduction of their dog. This series is so good. I continue to really enjoy it, and yeah, if you haven't picked up Spy Family yet, what are you doing? Do yourself a favor, pick it up. It's so much fun and it's such a nice change of pace. I say it every single time, but Spy Family is so good. Highly recommend it. Now the next manga that I read this month was Vinland Saga Volume 5. This series is so good. You guys know that I love this series and I'm starting to actually be more intentional with reading these. I have the entire released collection so far and I just honestly forget sometimes how good it is and I don't read it. But this month I read Volume 5 and this gets into the slave arc, which many people say is one of the best arcs, if not the best arc in Vinland Saga. This was so good. I continue to really enjoy it. The character development of Thorfinn is just amazing, and the people that he meets along the way, this was such a good read. I binged it so hard. Yeah, Vinland Saga, I love it. You guys know this. I'm also partway through Volume 6, not completely done with that yet, but I'm still continuing to plug along on this series. This is so good. Now, the next manga or manhwa that I read this month is Solo Leveling Volume 1. This series was really good. Not even series, this volume was really good. This wasn't on my radar at all, but then I've seen so many people in the community say how much they love it, so I decided to pick it up and give it a shot, and it was so good. The art is beautiful. They're all colored pages, which obviously normally isn't the case in many series. Here's just some art for you guys. This was just so good. It was a decently quick read. There's not a lot of text in it, but it was just so enjoyable. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll probably pick up the rest of the physical releases once they come out. I know they're coming out pretty slowly, so I might honestly start reading this online, but this was so good. Highly enjoyed it. The next manga that I read this month was Goodnight Pun Pun Volume 2. So I am slowly working my way through Goodnight Pun Pun. This is a series that's hard for me to just straight up binge because there's obviously mature / dark elements to it, so it's kind of hard for me to just go hard and read the entire series, but I'm slowly working away at this series. So far, I've enjoyed it. It's radically different than what I'm used to. So I honestly, right now, I'm not sure if I'll be keeping this series. Don't hurt me. But once I finish the series, we'll go on from there, but so far, it's decently good. I can see why a lot of people say that it's really good and why they like it. Yeah, I'm also halfway through Volume 3 right now, so yeah, I need to get going on these, but Goodnight Pun Pun Volume 2, definitely an interesting and mature read. Now, the next volume that I read this month, I'm slowly starting to finally read my volumes of the series. That is Demon Slayer Volume 1. I picked up Demon Slayer honestly a really long time ago, and I haven't read beyond Volume 1. And I don't really know why. It might just be because there are other series that I would rather read now, but this was actually really enjoyable. I really enjoyed Volume 1. I loved how fast-paced it was. I already kind of knew what happened in this volume, and I still really enjoyed it. Again, it was a decently quick read, and yeah, I just need to get more into this series because it was good. I enjoyed it. Now, this next series that I read this month honestly took up a lot of my reading in the month of March, just because how much I thoroughly enjoyed it and didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. So I read volumes 1 through 7 of Dororo. This series is so good. Like, I enjoyed it so much more than I thought I would. I went into this series very blind, right? I didn't really know what it was about. All I knew is that people genuinely enjoyed it. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna give it a shot. So again, I read volumes 1 through 7, and it was a series that, like, I don't necessarily have many series like this that I literally couldn't put down. And this was one of them. It was so action-packed, so fast-paced. You really get invested into the story and the characters' relationships. There's humor, there's gore, there's just pretty much everything that you could want in a manga series, and it was so good. And the art is also definitely different. Like, it's a different style, but not like a bad style, if that makes any sense. So yeah, Dorohedoro volumes 1 through 7. These were so good. I really enjoyed them. I highly recommend them. It is a more mature read, but it was so good. Lots of blood and gore, which is always fun. So this next series, you guys have already heard me sing my praises about this series in previous videos and haul videos, whatever. But I read Berserk, the Deluxe Edition, Volume 1 and Volume 2. These are so good. Like, genuinely so good. Like, make me question if Vinland Saga is my favorite series good. These, just, the story building, the characters, the art, I mean, it was just, I don't even know where to begin with this series. It was so good. I loved this. I loved Volume 1 and Volume 2, and Volume 2 started getting into the Golden Age arc, which is, so many people have said, arguably one of the best arcs in all of manga, so I am so excited to get into it more. Yeah. 1 and 2 of these Berserk Deluxe Editions, they were so good, and these Deluxe Editions look so nice on the shelf, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm definitely going to continue reading these. I have 2 more of them, so I have the Deluxe Edition Berserk Volume 3 and Volume 4, so I have more content to read, and you'll probably see this in my April reading log because it's so good. Now, this last series in today's reading log is one that I read, that I'm currently reading, and I've read more towards the end of April, and that is Hell's Paradise. This is also so freaking good. I picked these up kind of on a whim and on a recommendation from some of my friends online, and they were so right. So I read volumes 1 through 3 so far. I have all 7, which is what's been released so far, and this series is so good. There's violence, there's gore, there's mystery too, which I think adds a really unique element, and it's just so good. The art is amazing, the story is very interesting, our main character is complex and just someone that you want to see win, if that makes sense. This is so good. I cannot recommend it enough. Again, this is a more mature read, but it is still so good. I highly recommend it. They don't take a ton of time to read, but you still get your money's worth, I would argue. But yeah, volumes 1 through 3 of Hell's Paradise. Get on this series if you haven't. Do yourself a favor. Alright everyone, so those are all of the volumes of manga that I've read completely through this month. There are some volumes that I'm kind of like halfway through, like 20th Century Boys Volume 1, Vinland Saga Volume 6, Goodnight Pun Pun Volume 3, and Solo Leveling, the light novel. I'm like through some of those, but not completely through, so I didn't want to like include them in today's video, but I read a lot this month. I would argue more than I normally do, but these were all really, really good series. I recommend every single one of them to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I will see you in the next video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and yeah, I'll see you guys.